Michael, here we are. We're on live. Thank you so much for coming down. Let me give somebody the introduction of who Michael Onghai is. Michael Onghai is a CFO of ShopSmart. He owns a few different companies, Clickable and LookSmart, and he is our marketing arm using the Clickable technology and LookSmart. Michael, great to have you here.
Thank you for having me, Richie.
It's been great. And thanks a lot for coming down, visiting us. And I want to talk to you a little bit, because you're a technology guy, about how we have ShopSmart, where it has geofencing technology, right? It has, you sell more cars than ever. We have 21 points a check, right? Using the Infusionsoft technology, you get the traffic, we get the conversion. Then all of a sudden, that's when we start working. We get all this technology that's on ShopSmart in one single search engine, right? So we get more leads than ever. So we have three forms of lead: the test drive. That's another lead. You go on there, you hit test drive the consumer. Now they put their mobile. Now we're marketing their mobile phone. Okay. Then they go into the inventory and they check the inventory. Now they can chat with us, and that chat is using the AI technology and artificial intelligence and automation, right? So we basically set it up with name, phone number, and email. But what's funny is we're getting a lot of customers on the chat that are not having such a quality experience with dealers, right? So it has come into like a reputation management. So that's another lead form also. Of course, those leads are much, much lower price than the regular leads, because it's a chat lead. So I got their name, phone number, and email. And because it's on the inventory, the lead comes up as the car they're interested in. It's not on the website, it's only on the inventory. So tell me what your thoughts are about this lead gen that we have. What do you think about it? How it's going to be very successful for the car business?
Yeah, so the real nice thing about the lead gen that we have is, first of all, it uses 360, right? Mobile, email, social, desktop. Now you add geofencing to it, you're getting the GPS coordinates.
Right.
Then you're trying to get the person at the right time with an intent to purchase. The closer you get there, always the better, right? So the more you add new technologies to it, and especially more data, and you get closer and closer to the purchase intent, the value of that lead to the dealer is much higher, right?
Right.
Yeah. So
it's unbelievable. And the other thing is, Michael's a computer science. He's also a data science guy, right? So we have all the data, not only because of the feeds, because one of our partners, right, is IHS. So we have the registration information. So what happens today, registration data is much easier because everything's done online in the last year and a half. So it's much easier to pull up that information. So what we have is we compare in what market, what vehicles are selling, which is big data, and it's great for your Google AdWords and all these platforms. Do you agree with that?
I totally agree with that. I mean, that's the beauty of data. It's portable anywhere, everywhere, and it's it's ubiquitous, right? And it's portable, and it's retargetable. These are the beautiful things about data, and I think it's going to get bigger and bigger and more important.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And Michael, the other thing I want to talk about this point. Everybody, a lot of businesses have an executive coach. That executive coach could be Tony Robbins, could be Grant Cardone, could be anybody, right? Those two guys, I would say.
Yeah.
There's another new coach. It's called Michael, the coach, right? The thing with, you're a CFO of our company, right? You have the title CFA also. But the biggest thing is, in any company, you gotta try to hire a coach like yourself that's financial coach, because let's face it, it really has to do with your finances, right? If you don't have those finances, you can't do anything, right? And some people are lucky enough where they put something together and that income comes in, but other people can't put it together. Their income comes in, but that money also goes out because you
Right.
make wrong investments or you take the wrong risk.
Right.
And having a coach like yourself as a partner and as part of our company and as an owner of ShopSmart, right, adds tremendous value, I think, to us. And you have a great product yourself and great content about the financial district. You know, for quite some time, you've been saying Bitcoin, Bitcoin. Look at Bitcoin now. Now Bitcoin's way up. Bitcoin's major order groups have already signed up. By the way, the keywords out there: Bitcoin, automotive dealers, and it gives you a list of dealers that are signed up. And Bitcoin went from one number to another number. And now, by the way, the Enterprise and Hertz that are selling cars online will be signing up, will have Bitcoin available in their websites. So that's a very important thing that's going on in the market. Share with us this thing with Bitcoin. I really don't understand it. I'm glad you understand it, right? But I really don't. Share with us this Bitcoin thing.
Yeah, well, it's been Bitcoin was founded in 2009, and basically it uses blockchain to solve some of the problems that we have with digital currency in the past. And it was using blockchain so that you avoid double counting. You know, before that, there was a lot of problems with digital currency to solve this, what's called a double counting problem. Bitcoin solved that, and the nice thing about it is people trust that it is a currency in many ways. Now, some people don't, some people do, and many people do. You trust it. I mean, for full disclosure, I have Bitcoin and I have it at lower prices, so I'm not trying to say anything or like this is not an investment advice at all.
Right.
But it's just that in the back of the dollar we have the thing called "In God We Trust," and so in many ways the value of money is as much as people trust that it is usable, right?
Right.
The one thing that's good about Bitcoin is there's no central bank that controls it, so it's decentralized and nobody else can control it. So the supply is fixed, and it's growing slowly. They call it asymptotically every time, and so there are many people that have made money out of cryptocurrency. So now they have some money, they want to buy cars. So any dealer who sees an opportunity should actually
go for it.
Think about that, right? I mean, businesses that don't adapt get killed, so they have to see what are the new things that's happening, right? So so it's definitely one thing for a dealer to get ahead of other dealers is to look into accepting virtual currency solutions. Now, I don't know the legality of these things, so I don't know yet the whole thing, but I mean, if there's some dealers that are doing that, then it's certainly one way to get ahead of to have a competitive advantage over other dealers.
Yeah,
so one thing
it's another way of getting money in.
Right. The one thing to be to note is that Bitcoin price can change a lot. So if you're a dealer and you want to make sure that you get the money around that same time, you sort of have to figure out how to convert that to dollars as soon as possible, or you have that risk that it might fall down in price or it might go up or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
There's a website called bitcar.un, right? And that's not here, but you can buy any car from any place using the Bitcoin thing, right? So it's very important to see what's going on in our marketplace. Now, the only reason I knew about this is because the other morning, one of a general manager of a major order group, as a matter of fact, one of those major order groups is here in Florida, said, "Hey, Richie, what do you think about this? I think I got to sign up with Bitcoin because we're getting a lot of customers in the door." saying this thing. So what I says, I really don't know. I can't give you any advice on that because I don't even have I'm not into Bitcoin. You are, and you do all our financials and all that stuff, but you're pretty much in control. I don't know anything about this. I try to stick to what I know and master it more. And Michael's a professional in this. He knows about the blockchain. You got a hedge fund and all this with this. And it's very, very lucrative now that I looked it up online after that general manager called me because I didn't know,
Yeah.
I didn't know. So I looked it up just to give him the information. So I sent him, only thing I was able to do was send him a few blogs. So that's what I did for him. So when he saw all the other dealerships, so now I think that what's going to happen is this next coming year, because of digital retail, this Bitcoin is going to be in a lot of more dealerships. And what happens with that, if you don't have this, you should look into it because this is really, really an important thing that you should do. So therefore, I think that it's very, very important about, and this geofencing that we have and this dealer track that we have, that now we have dealers complimentary with dealer track. We're headed towards that digital retail thing that everybody's been talking about it for the last year, right? Since COVID came out, because dealers are trying to find a solution to really get to that next level. And now, if you have that Bitcoin thing is good. If you have dealer track, and now with geofencing is what Mike says, it's tremendous opportunity for us to have this whole product line to bring it to the dealer side to really get going. In the next few weeks, we're going to have some dealers live with us, giving us testimonials. But the most important thing, we're also going, we have a cable show now. There's a press release out through Cox Media's network, which is 4.1 million subscribers. So that's very, very important. So that being said, guys, keep an eye on this digital retail, and really, really, if you have any problems, reach out to me at any time that you want for this important thing happening with Bitcoin. I'll just send you right over to Michael Onghai, and look up Michael Onghai. He's a great financial guy. Look up Michael Onghai and ShopSmart. I put his last name and everything on the live. So it's very, very important what is going on in the market. He'll be more than happy to talk to you dealers and give you some pointers, give you some advice, and take it from there. Really, really key what's going on in the market with Bitcoin, with automotive dealers, what's going on with the lead gen. Everybody is selling lead gen. The only difference between our lead gen and others, it's VIN specification, is that car that's on that lot of the dealership. When they buy that lead, that goes right to them. It's not organically, or it's not an ad that we do just to see if they're in the market for a Honda versus, right? These people are in the market for a Honda Accord with VIN specification, because all the inventory is on our website. What do you think about that? Is that a little different versus just a regular lead?
Yeah, of course. Yours is like a lead on steroids, and steroids with all these data, right? It's
right.
Powerful. You have a lot of information and knowledge about the potential customers. And
right.
That's a real different, unique value.
And Michael,
I wanted to say though, there are a lot of every time there's a new thing, there are a lot of scammers. So people who are like using Bitcoin, accepting Bitcoin to sell cars, just be very careful about potential scams, like making sure that the other party is real, or like the Bitcoin is, like it's real and all that stuff. Don't. There's a lot of scams out there, so just be very careful for this. There's opportunity, but there's also potential scams. So just be very careful about that.
Yes, and I want to reach out to our good friend from Cars Direct, David. So I want to reach out to him. I see he's on the live, no comment, but he's there. So this is very, very key. So what I want to do is go over all the technology that we have and why you're going to sell more cars. We got the leads. We got three form of leads: the test drive lead, the lead with the chat, and the lead with just a regular lead with 21 points to check. Now that's really important because that lead really converts. But not only that, lead gen, all right, your regular lead gen people, what they do, okay, is this. You get a lead, the customer comes in, that customer leaves. The old saying is, I want to shop around. Great. We have a training in place with Lightspeed with our trainers in place, right? So you get that first thing, 6 hours complimentary a month of training. But that customer that I want to shop around, great. That customer leaves your showroom with this phone. We have his phone number because he already opted in by giving us that on the test drive. It's totally disclaimed there that we can reach out to them and do mobile marketing. Okay, so now that customer leaves, goes to your competitor. When he goes in and he puts his cell phone to your competitor, folks, and he puts it like that, he just gets another message. Oh, by the way, make sure you do all your research before you buy a car. Click here for more information, or click here. We got a sale going on in this dealership. However, the dealership wants to do it. Okay, that's what we're set up for. Okay, however they want to do it. So that is a great I call it the be back tool. Customer leaves, is in your competitor within a 20-mile radius from your geo area. Boom, they reach out. Now, how could we do this? Well, if you look at ShopSmart and you click the inventory of the dealer, each dealership has their own page. In that inventory, it says maps and direction, which is the same thing as Google My Business. So it's really a directory where you type in and you get the GPS, right? So we're tracking now our consumers that go on there and put this address in through their mobile phone, right? So that data we already have. So that data is key. So we made ShopSmart into a lead gen for the customer and a directory at the same time. Because let's face it, if you don't have that directory, there's no value of it, right? Once you have all that directory of all the dealerships, plus the map, plus the capability of giving them directions, it's very, very important. So that's how we were able to do geofencing, right? That's part of our strategy and our part of our planning. And here, what we do, Michael, and you know this, you've been a strategist and a business analyst for a very long time. Thank God I have you, right? So we developed a strategy of what's important to a dealership and why do they need leads. We just don't go in and say, well, you need leads for what? Well, what's your objective? Do you want to hit higher penetration? Do you want to increase your service business? What is the strategy behind it? Everybody's a lead gen where we sell leads and great, but what is the strategy behind it? Okay. Now, the strategy behind it is very, very important. What the objective to the dealer is, you want to do more volume, you want to generate more gross per car. Do you want to increase your service business? You want to get more, you want to retain more customers? Well, great. We have a product line that's what we do, right? Because we have trainers, we have consultants. We're a partner up with Grant Cardone on the training side for our people. So we have access to a lot of really, really good stuff to help the automotive dealer today. One of the things that we do, it's crazy, Google AdWords, social media, and all that. Well, Michael, me and Michael have this company called Clickable. Okay, guess what? It's really working a lot for ShopSmart. Okay, and he's got the other platform that's called LookSmart, where he can put all your feed up there just like Google, and you can now promote VIN specification cars. That's key because the more effective and the more data you have, you hit precise customers. Precise customers really will convert. When you go broad, you're not going to convert as better. So it's called traffic and conversion, right? That's the event. Well, also in your business, you need traffic that converts. I went to a dealership not too long ago, tells me, Richie, I get 10,000 unique visitors. Okay, are you getting at least 400 leads? No, we're not. Okay, well, we are. Okay, we get a lot of these because we have somebody that has a major company, okay, helping us with the traffic that converts. That's why we were able to bring this product, only because of our partnerships that have these companies. So therefore, Michael Onghai, talk to me a little bit about this clickable platform that we've been on for so long now, 6-7 years.
Yeah, well, Clickable can pull in any data from any data source. So it could be a Excel file, it could be a CSV file, it could be a data from an API, it could be an FTP server. We just can collect any data and we put it in any kind of a user interface that you want to see. A lot of times, a lot of our clients like Google Sheets a lot, and they just want to like populate their Google Sheets automated a lot, and so that's kind of what we do. And from there, people can use create graphs and analyze and do all sorts of things in analytics. And it's a very useful analytical tool for you to see things that you'll never see without all these data in one place.
Right, and that's what ShopSmart has, the technology of LookSmart and Clickable reporting technology, okay, which is very important. We got data scientists in our team that do this. That's what they do, and that's important to give that to the consumer, right, to our customers, so they understand data is so important today. The big data business, we've been in the big data business now for 7 or 8 years. That's why we have 2 warehouses out in Arizona, right? And it's really, really, really an important part of today. And you know what? All you got to do is go to Google and put this keyword in, Google AdWords using big data technology. Bang. That tells you a little bit something. That tells you a little bit something about who we are. So using the data for conversion is great, just like Facebook, using the data. And we have the data that's proven the results. A lot of people use testimonials and all that. Well, we have the data, the analytics that's proving the results. So that being said, it's a very big thing now with big data. We just got to get adapted to a few things going on in the automotive business, like the big data, using big data for your ads, having an ad network that you can rely on and depend on. And what we do, we don't consider anybody customers. We consider them partners. They're our partners, because when you say partners, that's how important they are to us. And I know that there's a lot of our team is out there making a lot of calls, and sometimes a lot of dealerships say, stop calling me. Well, let me tell you something about that. Imagine that we're calling you a lot, or one of our sales reps or one of our market guys are calling you a lot. Just understand something. You're not a customer yet. Imagine our follow-up process with our performance managers. Imagine what could happen to your store if we're that aggressive in making you a customer. Now we follow you up consistently on results, on why didn't you sell so many cars? Why didn't you get to 20%? Let's push you to get to 25% with our trainers, with this, with that, with everything that we've got, and everything's included in the lead. It ain't like it's extra. You get 6 hours complimentary of training. That's on us, okay? So it's not only about selling the lead, it's about bringing that dealership to the next level with the right infrastructure, the right people. So I understand sometimes, people call me. I want them to stop calling me, but sometimes I do business with people that really follow me up consistently. Okay. And let me tell you something. If you don't do that, you're not really caring about the customer. So please accept my apology, Mr. Dealer. All we're trying to do is help you sell more cars. We're not really selling you anything. We're trying to help you sell more cars. We're in the service business. We're not in the sales business. Okay, so that being said, that's a really good process. So look at it at the other side. They're calling me so much. You're not even our customers yet. Imagine when you're our customers, our performance managers get a hold of you, you will succeed, because now there's a lot of people involved in this process. And they say the more quality people you have when you do something like this, the more a dealership's going to succeed. We're not going to sell you subscription and hope that it works. We're going to sell you the lead, and we're going to make sure that you deliver cars. That's what we're going to do. We're going to make sure that that car hits the lights. That's what we're going to do, and we're going to help that dealership get to the next level. What do you think about that, Mike?
No, I love it. I love that. I love the vision that Richie, you've been doing this for so many years now. You understand, you've been in the car business for 30 years, and you're seeing all these new technology advances. You're adopting new innovations and applying it to digital marketing. You've been doing it on the digital marketing side. I don't know how many years you've been doing it, but I like the vision.
Thank you so much, Michael. Thanks again for joining us, and thanks again for being here with us. We've had a great time. Thank you, brother.
Thank you.
Take care.